Here is your Golfer's Almanac for June 25th. On this day in 1922, a 19-year-old Ted Woolley boarded the SS Cameronia in Glasgow and set out for New York. He was a golf club maker, and for 10 years he served at a variety of golf courses, teaching golf and selling golf equipment. 10 years later, he was hired by J.A. Dubois, a manufacturer of baseball equipment, and tasked with establishing a new golf division. In 1945, Woolley established a trademark for GolfCraft and went on to build a complete line of golf equipment. After much innovation and a series of acquisitions, the Wall Street Journal declared in 1966 that Ted Woolley's GolfCraft Corporation was the largest golf club manufacturing company in the world. In 1968, GolfCraft was sold to Acushnet Company, the leading golf ball manufacturer, with Titleist as its most successful product. From caddy to club maker in Scotland to a golf conglomerate. Pretty cool. In 1926, at the Open Championship at Royal Lytham in St. Anne's, Bobby Jones won his first claret jug, 2 strokes better than Al Watrous. This was only Jones' second time competing in the Open Championship. The first time, 5 years earlier, he walked off the golf course and quit after getting stuck in a St. Andrews bunker. This was the 5th win by an American in 6 years. On this day in 1952, at the PGA Championship at Big Spring Country Club in Louisville, Kentucky, Jim Turnesa beat Chick Harbert 1-up in the finals. This was the only major for Turnesa and the only major for any of his 6 other Turnesa golfing brothers. Jim was also in the PGA Championship finals in 1942, losing 2-1 to Sam Snead. His older brother Joe Turnesa lost to Walter Hagen back in 1927, one down at Cedar Crest in Dallas. This was Hagen's 5th PGA Championship. And brother Mike Turnesa lost to Ben Hogan in 1948 when Hogan won his 2nd PGA Championship, 7-6 at Norwood Hills in St. Louis. In 1953, on this day, Marlene Streit won the British Ladies Amateur Championship at Royal Portcrawl in Wales. She beat Philomena Garvey 7-6. Garvey would go on to win the event in 1957 and was runner-up on 3 other occasions. Streit is the only woman to have won the Australian, British, Canadian, and U.S. women's amateur titles. On this day in 2000, Juli Inkster defended her LPGA Championship title, beating Stefania Croce in a playoff. Inkster had a 3-shot lead with 5 holes to play and made a double and then bogeyed the final hole to set up the playoff with Croce. The DuPont Country Club in Delaware hosted the golf tournament. Finally, on this day in 1952, Alec Ross passed away in Miami, Florida. He was 72 years old and the older brother of Donald Ross. Alec won the 1907 U.S. Open at Philadelphia Cricket Club, where brother Donald finished 10th. This was the first U.S. Open to record a hole-in-one. Jack Hobbins in the 2nd round. Alec Ross competed in a total of 17 U.S. Opens, finishing in the top 10 5 times. He also won the North and South Open, held in Pinehurst, 6 times. Brother Donald won 3 times, as did Walter Hagen, Ben Hogan, and Sam Snead. Alec would serve as the head professional at Detroit Golf Club for 31 years, a course his brother designed back in 1913. Rest in par, Alec Ross. Here's a quote today from Scottie Sheffler. "I don't know how much money I've made this year, but it's definitely too much for hitting a little white ball around." That's it for today in golf history. Play fast, repair all the pitch marks you can find, and keep your golf ball in the short grass. Your Golfer's Almanac is a GolfToons production. It's written, produced, and narrated by me, Michael Duranko. I invite you to check out our original golf illustrations and the humor essays that accompany each of the golf cartoons. Tour Backspin is a weekly golf history newsletter that celebrates the PGA Tour in the 1960s and 70s with tie-ins to today's tour. They offer a bunch of content, contests, and other interesting bits. See the link in the show notes and subscribe.